What's up, YouTube? As you can tell by the title, I'm just gonna basically give you guys a rundown of this year. Like, what a fucking crazy ass year it has been. 2020 has just been a ongoing roller coaster of different emotions. But before we get into this video, definitely click that subscribe button down below. And if you guys are ready to get into this timeline of 2020, then let's just get right into the video. Alright, y'all, so I'm basically going to give you guys a rundown of 2020. I know most of you probably know what has been going on, and if you haven't, you've definitely been living under a rock. Notebook here just to give me a couple of references because it's just so much. Girl, I can't even remember. Let's just start this video right off with January. So in January, everybody knows the death of Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, and the other 7 victims that were killed in that helicopter crash. Started off the year horribly. It just is so sad to know that a legend like him was just taken from us so soon, so unexpectedly. It's just, I definitely feel for Vanessa Bryant and the rest of the girls, because it's so sad to lose 2 family members at one time. Like, I could not even fathom. This had to be like the hardest month of the year, and starting from then it just seemed like everything else trickled down. And then of course the first case of COVID-19 was announced in the States. Yeah, everything just kind of started from there. Just to kind of give you guys a positive note, at least in the month of January, is I started planning. I finally got together with a group of girls, a passion planner. If you guys are interested in that, I will leave all the details down below about what passion planning is and what that kind of entails. You guys could definitely purchase your own if you like, but let's just jump right into February. So February was another rough month. First person died of the COVID-19 virus, and it just kind of set the tone, I feel like, for the rest of the year. If you guys just been living in the clouds and you didn't really know, February 6th was the first time that was the day that the first person in the United States died of COVID-19. And also Australian brush fires killed about 1 billion animals and about 34 people. Now, people try to think that brush fires, might not be as damaging as they are, but to kill 1 billion animals is super scary to me, because we don't even know or see half of the animals that are out there in the world. And to know that 1 billion of them died is just so tragic to me, because I am an animal lover. I love all my animals, and just to know that, they're kind of suffering in this year of 2020 along with humans is just super crazy. So only February was a rough month. Also, the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, he was shot and killed by 2 white men in Georgia Bushwick, was just why? Like, some people just be trying to mind their business and do their thing, and here come 2 people who just don't want to mind their business, decide to take another person's life. I just don't understand. Like, racism to me, it just doesn't make sense. The majority feel very entitled to be able to do certain things because they feel like they discovered America. They feel like they are the majority, so they feel like they can do what they want. Just move on to March before I really go on my rant. So with COVID-19 not getting any better, and of course your president, because he's not my president, your president not taking full action into what is going on with this COVID virus, not really taking it seriously, in my opinion. Of course, now that this virus has spread over the United States in a large numbers, he finally decides to declare a state of emergency, and now everything is just shut down. People's jobs are lost, schools have shut down, you know. The only thing that is kind of open to the public are people's jobs that are in the health field, and also essential workers. So essential workers are usually like jobs that have to do with the food industry, such as like grocery stores. Those types of stores are still open to the public. You know, this is when the lines start, this is when the mask wearing starts and everything like that, just to kind of contain this virus. Nobody knows what's really going on. Everybody is kind of in a panic because we are now in a pandemic, like officially. Like now the world has really changed forever. Never really know what normal is gonna be like, because we've been living in this world where we'd be able to do whatever we want and get up and go to the store and just, you know, whatever. And now here we are in March, and now we have to wait on lines. Now we have to wear masks. Now we have to sanitize. The fact that we couldn't find toilet paper and, you know, paper towels and stuff like that. It was just a drag, in my opinion. I feel like, you know, everybody just panicked, not really knowing where the world was going, and they just felt like the need to have more toilet paper. And it was like, come on, bro, like, can I get some? Found it fascinating how people just went out and just shopped in abundance of like craziness. Hand sanitizer became the #1 product to buy on the market. State of emergency, here we are, essential worker. I am essential worker. I give all props to all essential workers and healthcare workers that were working at this time, because it was definitely a difficult time for us. March not only was declared, obviously, the state of emergency because of COVID-19, but it was also a month that 2 officers decided to go into a house and kill an off-duty cop, as we all know, as Breonna Taylor. Now, I know that you guys probably have been following the case until the end, and you know, these officers were acquitted. Brett Hackinson, Miles Corgensgrove, I think that's how you say it. I'll leave the names down below. And Joshua James were all acquitted of her death. Here we are again, you know, minorities not being treated fairly. It's just, this case was just so difficult. Black women yet again not being protected by the law, and you know, being able to have these men go into her home and kill her while she was sleeping. It's just not fair. It's just really is not fair. You know, justice for Breonna Taylor, still to this day fighting for her no matter what. And she always, her and her family, I definitely want to, you know, send my prayers and everything out to them, because you know, they lost someone that they didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? So it's just really hard to know that, you know, something like that could happen, and you know, once again, the majority not being, you know, held accountable for their actions. This justice system is just not set up for us black people. In 2021, we got to just start changing. Us black people, we need to start doing things that's going to make that change. So let's continue on with the fight. Definitely justice for Breonna Taylor, always and forever. So here we are, come April, after, you know, everything that happened in March, and now here we are. And of course, so here we are in April, and now April 15th was considered one of the deadliest days during COVID, because now there are 2,752 cases. It spread so quickly to so many people, and it just goes to show, like, when people are in power, they need to start getting things rolling and starting really paying attention that, you know, certain things could have been prevented. And I'm not saying everything, but I am saying that certain things could have just been in line to kind of, you know, hold this thing down. Like, I mean, come on. US, you know, this is the land of opportunity, and here y'all are letting this opportunity just slide right past. 3 million people have now been infected with COVID-19, and it's like I said, it just goes to show you that, you know, anything can happen in this world. We never know. Bans have started and things like that. So it just really puts life into perspective at this point. You know, we just kind of just going with the motions of this COVID virus, trying to figure things out. You know, a lot of family members have probably passed away at this time. And my hope, my prayers, and, you know, condolences goes out to anyone who family member or friend or anyone you might have known passed from this virus. So I definitely want to give my love and my condolences to you. So here we are in May. The video of George Floyd just takes over the internet. Like, when I say the internet is just so crazy now that, you know, it's just like, it was like a wildfire, literally. Like, one minute I'm watching the video and the next minute it's on my entire timeline on Instagram, it's on my Twitter, it's on my Facebook, it's on every single social media platform that you could think of, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere. And it's just so crazy to me. So I kind of am thankful to be in a world where technology is at its highest platform. George Floyd dies. He was killed by Officer Derek, don't know how to say that last name, don't really care, because he had his knee in his neck for about 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And this is when things really start to get crazy, especially for us minorities. Protests are non-stop. Like, Black Lives Matter protests just continue. Things just start to spiral out of control in this world. And I think that, you know, without the use of technology, I don't know if things would have happened this way, because things have always been like this. People are just now seeing the injustices that happen with Black people and are just now trying to, you know, kind of have a soft spot in a sense for us. And it's like, no, this has been going on. It's just now that it's in your face and you can't run from it. Now it's like, oh, now let me do something. Nah, we've been trying to tell y'all what's been going on. This ain't the first thing. Because I don't know if y'all remember Sean Bell, how he was shot how many times? Was there anything done then? I don't think so. So it's like now everybody's starting to kind of get on board with Black Lives Matter. And I appreciate everyone that kind of is in a minority, you know, kind of educating themselves. But at the same time, this has been going on for way too long. You know, because a man's life was literally taken in our faces. And so I'm happy to have kind of joined a couple of protests myself, living in the area that I do, which is predominantly the majority, as much as I could on my end as a Black woman to make change. Here we are in June. Protests are erupting all over the country, and I'm super happy to see so many supportive people out there. And then Rayshard Brooks is shot in a parking lot in Atlanta. It's just sad to see. Like, I hate watching stuff like that, but at the same time, it really is an eye-opener. Nobody deserves to die. I don't care what color, where you from, where you live, nothing. Nobody deserves to die, period. So here we are in the summer of 2020. God said, if you really want to tell him a joke, tell him what you got planned. But I do feel like there are lessons to be learned in what is going on. And here we are in July, and just to give you guys like a little bit of the gossip side and not so much of the seriousness that has been going on in the world, Kim and Kanye talk about his bipolar disorder, you know, kind of shed a little bit more light onto what has been going on with him, why just the way he has been. And I definitely give it to, you know, people who deal with mental illness. It's not an easy thing to do. I definitely think this year was like an eye-opener for anybody that does have a mental illness, or, you know, kind of deals with depression, anxiety. Is super important in the year 2020, because it's just something that, you know, is just kind of taking over our world. Even kids are being affected by this. And then also wildfires in Cali forced 8,000 people to evacuate. Now, one of my best friends, I love her to death, sent me a photo of what it looked like, and it was so crazy. Were like red and black from all of the fires, and it was just so many people had to be evacuated. On the positive side, mid-mark of 2020, Patrick Mahomes signs a $503 million contract. Bruh, let me get $1, like what? And he is now probably one of the highest paid in sports. Like football, y'all already know Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chief quarterback. So here we are in August, wishing 2020 was over. I don't know about you, but I know I was. Being an essential worker, my mind was just like, that's the most important thing. I was always keeping my distance even before COVID, because I don't like people up in my space. Yeah, I hope you were keeping your distance, being safe, wearing your mask, sanitizing your hand, washing your hands, because sanitizing without washing really does nothing. You must wash your hands. So here we are in August, and Joe Biden announces Camilla Harris as his running mate. We about to have a woman vice president if your boy wins. And it's just like, and she black, so it's like, yes girl, finally we got somebody that's about to make change in this world, because it's definitely needed. And then just to add to a little positive note on this August trip is Cardi B finally releases WAP featuring my girl Megan Thee Stallion, charts at number freaking 1. So if you guys have made it this far into the year of this 2020 year video, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Into September, we're almost at the end of this video. And on a positive note, Naomi Osaka of Japan wins the 2nd US title. What's your favorite sport? Because I see myself talking about a lot of sports in this video, but I do watch sports. I love football, basketball is like number 2. So now here we are in October. Things with COVID are just not getting any better. Things are honestly at its worst when it comes to COVID. People are just dying left and right. Numbers are spiking super duper high. So now here we are in October in Nigeria, just to give you guys an outside of the country facts. And I just feel like it's just non-stop. So it's not just in this country that things are bad, it's literally the entire world things are bad. So with the protests going on and stuff like that, I just feel like peaceful protests is the way to go. I didn't know this, but California is the first US state to allow for black residents and descendants of slaves to gain compensation with my 40 acres and a mule. And just a little light note on October, the NBA finals were won by, of course, the Lakers. And it was a really proud moment, I know, for LeBron to be able to win this title in Kobe's honors. 69.5 million people voted early, and I was one of those people. I definitely voted super early. You need to be out there voting. And here we are, the best month ever in the world is November. Vice President-elect, excuse me, and I am fucking hype. I was so hyped, like, to not have this man be in the president seat for a 2nd term. And then also Denzel was nominated by the New York Times Magazine as #1 actor of the 21st century, and I definitely agree, because I love me some Denzel. All right, now I gotta tell y'all why. Before I do go, I gotta let y'all know why November's the best, because it's my birthday month, and I'm glad to have seen another year, and just to be able to progress, be able to grow, just be here on earth, and to be able to have lived through so much shit. So thank you, Lord, for another year. Appreciate you, love you. And also Baby Shark by Pink Fong, most watched video on YouTube with over 7.4, wait for it, billion views. Like, did y'all, this Baby Shark song? And here we are, December. It is now December 31st, the last video of 2020. Like, y'all, we made it. If you are here watching this video, you have made it. You have done it. It's the worst of the worst. The best is yet to come. We got to continue to pray for each other, continue to lift each other up. Solar eclipse going on and all of that. And then also vaccine for COVID begins. Listen, I'm not a fan of vaccines. Like, I ain't even take the regular flu vaccine, okay? So, and on the positive note of December, now that we have finished up the year video is that the 31st we are here and we are just starting off a new year. Let's hope for better times. We don't know where these times are taking us. There for one another. Let's support each other, supporting black businesses. 2021, like, let's take over the world, y'all. Like, it's stopping you now. You didn't made it this far. You could keep going and it's only up from here. So I pray for y'all this 2020. Support and prayers go out to anyone who has lost someone in 2020 due to the COVID virus. Thank you so much for supporting me throughout this 2020 year, and definitely be on the lookout for 2021 content. Really appreciate you guys supporting me, my A1s, my day ones. Leave me a comment down below if you've been with me since day freaking one. See y'all in 2021. Happy New Year. Love you guys. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all back in my next video next year. Always, always, always love yourself, and I'll see y'all next year. Bye. Peace.